We're live.
Are we live now?
Yep.
We're
What's going
live.
on, everybody? I'm here, General Chow, with Crishaun the Dawn of Misfit Nation. You should go check out his channel. It's in the description. We're going to talk about Lori Lightfoot in her comments today about the businesses in Chicago being at fault for the robberies that are taking place by people taking things from their business.
I think you're being a little nice.
I was being nice, but
We have a
I'm
scumbag
confused.
saying a scumbag thing.
Right.
That's,
I'm so confused by this and flabbergasted by it that it's throwing me off. But thank you. I should have been a lot meaner.
yeah. It's just it's ridiculous what she's saying right now. But you're gonna play it?
Yeah. Let me
hear
just give
it.
a shout out. Citizen Free Press. They have a lot of good stuff. News that is kind of unique. So
Yes,
here we
great
go.
website. Share your audio, David.
Share my audio.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Oh no.
Neither
Wait.
can the people.
Share my audio.
Or
Edit.
unmute it. Jesus, you see what I got to deal with, people? See what I'm producing.
Yeah.
On the Misfit Nation.
Hey, stop picking on me.
He's learning. He means well.
Is it you don't have the ability to damn it.
You just got to hit share audio.
Share audio?
Yeah. Share system audio when you share the screen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Hit that bell.
Yeah, it's on the bottom.
Yes.
Share screen slot. What?
Just going through a little technical difficulties real quick. It happens. No worries, David.
God,
Keep it.
Screen. Where is this?
Just press play. See if I can hear it.
Okay,
Nope.
Nope. Right. You see, this is the problem, guys.
You know what? Send me the link.
Wait, stop my cam. Oh, jeez. Send you the link. All right.
Let's just get the show on the road. We'll figure out the technical aspect later.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No worries, man.
I'll post it in the comments.
I mean, it really is that important that we cover this though, because
we're gonna cover it.
It's just how
she's a scumbag. She's a weirdo and a scumbag, and she's blaming people for being robbed. She's blaming
the victims.
Thank you.
It's they just can't help themselves. But it gets me to the point of, are they just saying these things to get this reaction from people like us? Or is that too simple?
They're just trying, dude. They're trying to blame everyone they can for anything. They're just Democrats in general. Oh, why is COVID here? It's spread Republicans. Why is inflation happening? Oh, it's Republican. Oh, it's Trump.
You know what? You're right. It's blame everybody so that we don't have to take responsibility, because it's actually our fault. It's her fault that the police are so laxed over there. All the policies they have. It's just they just don't want to admit that it's their policies that are causing all of these problems.
Basically, yeah, it's their fault.
Chicago's been Democratic run for how long? At this point,
since I've been alive. But, jeez, they need to vote for a better black mayor. Black people need to vote for a better black mayor, and there needs to be a competition in their mayoral, like between Democrats in the race, like real competition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does someone like this? She looks like a ghoul or like a jack-o'-lantern skeleton. Look at her teeth. Oh my god, she wears clothes that are too big on her. She's a weirdo. Like it.
She looks like a homeless crazy person.
She looks like a homeless crazy person. I mean, come on. And
she dresses like one of the wet bandits.
Yep.
Can you share my screen here? We can play her
all right
thing. Tell me if you can hear it.
Disappointed that they're not doing more
yep.
to take.
Okay, so let me turn it up and then. Yeah, so people, you got to listen to this. This is.
Look at what they're saying now. Look at what they're look what you're the problem. You're always the problem. They're not the problem.
Law-abiding citizens, you're the problem. Not even the criminals are the problem. All right, let's play it.
I'm disappointed that they're not doing more to take safety and make it a priority. For example, we still have retailers that won't institute plans like having security officers in their stores, making sure that they've got cameras that are actually operational.
Okay, so they can't afford it. So because they're small little businesses, they got, they don't have the money. So it's their fault. Or it's the like a CVS pharmacy, like they're shutting down all over the place. It's their fault because they're not going after the criminals.
Well, aren't most like of these retail security, and I've worked retail most of my life, they're not allowed to go after people that are shoplifting
because of people like Lori Lightfoot,
right,
complaining
and their lax policy on crime.
Yes. Defund the police. You think that, you think that helped the situation? Is helping? That hurt. That harmed the situation. The whole movement. It really is a horrible thing. This is evil. This person is evil, man.
Evil. Yes. And then it's like, is she now also like she's talking about retail workers like they have some sort of power?
Yeah, they're going to stop them. And then you got a confrontation between two people. And then on the news, it'll pick up on the news and they'll just complain that, oh, why are you confronting? Just let them take it. Or just observe and call the cops. And it can't do anything.
And as sad as it is to say, God forbid you're a white retail worker stopping a black person from stealing everything.
Hell no.
Yeah. You get what I mean? And it's sad that you got to put it that way, but it is what it's because of the media and how they will narrative drive everything. And these politicians like Lori Lightfoot.
I told you about 7-Eleven, right? Where I've been there a few times where just a black kid just fucking steals just something. I mean, one kid was like, "Oh, I'm taking this," and the clerk was just like, "Okay." Like,
can't do anything about it.
Did he just steal that, man? He's like, yeah, it's all right. We're gonna have to, probably throw it out at some point. What? You have to throw it out? It's in a package.
It's got an expiration date.
Talking about, but listen, if I'm seeing this like my neighborhood where I am, if I'm seeing this like around, then it's systemic at this point. And it's because of Lori Lightfoot, and she needs to just put it on everybody else. It's the Cuomo, it's the murderer Cuomo thing. It's the murderer Cuomo.
I've been saying it for like since we've been off of the Misfit Nation. I've realized that this whole thing of where the people go, there's two different Americas. I actually believe that there's two different Americas when it comes to this whole racism thing. And there's a white supremacist America that black people choose to live under. You get what I'm saying? And maybe it's not white supremacist, but this whole idea that this oppressive government that's coming down on black people, like it's always democratic policies that are hurting law-abiding citizens in black neighborhoods.
I mean, yes, and it's because they're fostering hate and racial division and just trying to bring up these historically historical racism of America, and trying to just trigger an angry response. And when you do that over and over and over and over again, it becomes rage. And
it becomes what feels like justifiable rage.
Yeah, it's not. It's a few.
And it's not.
It's a few cases. Okay, we'll take the numbers. We'll take the complete numbers. It was like over 100, 140 now, like of those like unjustified situations with cops shooting unarmed black guys.
Mm.
And some of them are, and some of them aren't. And but that is causing all these issues. Crishaun, like it's
Right.
causing. Like we talk about the murder stats, it's like 4,000 or 5,000 extra murders, and it's mainly black people. The access to healthcare that African Americans have been complaining about. They're shutting down pharmacies so they can't get drugs. Okay, the local food stores where they have to eat, they're shutting those down. They have to close down. Who? At what point does your insurance company say, we're not going to cover you anymore, or the premiums become way too high that you're just out of business? The idea that Democrats have that you can just keep filing insurance claims for every incident every single day.
Mm.
You got to hire people to do that. Like
right.
CVS has to hire people to do that. It becomes unprofitable. Do you know how much? And they have their lawyers do it, like to file the report. If it's that big, they gotta get lawyers.
They just end up, like closing down these stores, and then it's this idea that it's people that don't understand any processes. You know what I mean? Like going through an insurance claim is a huge process. It's not just something you write off as you just do that. Just saying, it goes down all the way to the whole point of people not understanding basic laws and why a lot of these, quote unquote unjustified shootings are actually justified. It's because they don't understand the law. They don't care to.
Yeah, and we're talking about insurance claims. Like, how many of these people who make that argument actually are filing insurance claims?
Yeah.
Like,
how many people who are...
It doesn't sound like they are.
How many people who claim that it's so easy to buy a gun actually went out and bought a gun and went through the process? Or actually fired a gun, or actually, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't. None of them.
I would say most of them.
You would say most of them? Sorry, I wasn't listening to the question.
This fucking guy.
I panicked.
What are you doing over there?
I'm panicking.
He's panicking.
The
live vibes.
Yeah. Hey, Crishaun.
What?
Are you heading out? You said you want to just do this segment.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can wrap on that. What else you got? Something like
talk about Tom Brady and his amazing, record-breaking. He broke Drew Brees' record. Oh my God, what is wrong with me?
I don't watch sports, so ladies and gentlemen. That's.
Guy doesn't watch sports.
Yeah, I'm half a fag.
Sorry. I mean, no, you're not a. Well, I'm sorry if we offended anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I'm not on my show. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, David. Kill me.
You make me uncomfortable, man.
Oh, real quick, sports talk.
Whatever. He got the Great White Hope. Did it again. Beat the Bills. Yada yada yada. I have commodities here. Now I'm looking at oil prices. They're going back up. Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett.
Oh, you want to do a
Baby,
quick?
the gift that keeps on giving. Jussie Smollett. Could you go to Citizens real quick?
Yeah. Let me go back. Get off of Splinter. Oops.
Where is it? Oh my God.
Juicy. Well,
Not here.
I
The
told you.
city is suing him now for $140,000
For what?
for wasting their time investigating, for having to sue to waste money on prosecution. I mean, it's
For just wasting everybody's time, really.
yeah, and for almost causing a crime wave.
He's
Right? For almost causing like a major disaster in the city.
yeah. Sparking
Race war.
a race war. Yeah. No, I was just wondering what was the direct thing. Well, I mean, listen, he's still maintaining his innocence, and as Kamala said, the facts are still out there, and we have to wait and see.
What? No, we don't. No, I'm not. No. I heard his story. I'm done. It's it. Here. I got the thing on. I'm gonna post it to the comments. This is coming from Ground News. They're awesome.
From Ground News?
Ground.news.com.
Nice.
No, ground.news. Ground.news. I am totally incompetent today.
You are just the plug king tonight.
And the thing is, all Jussie really had to do was apologize. If he just apologized, I'm sure they would have said, like, no, we'll let you off. But he thinks he's gonna win this at the end of the day, and then, I mean, he's gonna appeal it. He's planning to appeal it.
Yeah, he's still maintaining his innocence, and he's still gonna be around. This isn't the end of him. So what are we seeing here? Chicago to sue disgraced Juicy Smollett after guilty hate hoax verdict. Wow, they're going for us. Oh, I thought that was 100 million. I was about to say. The city will be going forward with $130,106
dollars and 15 cents.
15 cents. That's an exact quota.
Just round it off.
Yeah. Lawsuit against the star after Smollett was found guilty on 5 counts of disorderly conduct.
Yo, it's 70.3 degrees outside.
Look at that.
70.3 degrees outside right now. It's 70.3 degrees. I'm doing it. I'm using the decimal
Why are you
point.
saying? Yeah, I was just gonna say. It's why do they go so exact?
I have no idea.
It's all they're accumulating something, right? Time maybe.
Justice. They're accumulating justice for the cop, the Chicago PD. Oh, hi Gloria. Wants to massive fraud. Yeah, okay. I hear you. We'll get there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be careful talking about that shit.
You do have to be careful.
Excuse my language.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of hoaxes, Gloria. There's a bunch of hoaxes going on in this country right now. There's Biden trying to manipulate the economic information, and the media playing along, saying like a 0.5 like a 5 cent decrease in retail gas prices is like a significant accomplishment, and trying to play that off.
People going back to work after being laid off is
Right.
him quote unquote creating jobs.
Right.
It's like, no,
I
it's
mean,
not.
in February, these guys were saying the Janet Yellen, the Biden's the financial whatever, the SEC or something, said inflation wasn't a problem. Then the Biden administration said it's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be that significant. Then they said, oh, inflation is transitory. Now Biden came out and was like, yo, it's peaking. It's peaked. Like we're home free.
Mm-hmm. We're over the hill, man.
Right. We're just don't even think about it anymore. Hey, look, I am. We're going to war. Look at Russia. Look, it's not my fault. It's everyone's fault.
We're keeping troops in what is it, Iraq or something?
We're keeping troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. That made no headline news.
Right.
No headline. Are you kidding me? I mean,
that's crazy.
I don't even know where to start anymore with these people. I don't know any.
It's what we started with. It's just scumbags being scumbags at this point, and it's. I guess you just keep calling them out. It's slowly working, but
it's hard, man. It's hard to just keep calling them out. It's relentless. Like they're relentless. They think they're justified doing all this, and it's like, dude, look at us. We might go to war with Russia. We might go to war with China. And why? Why? I mean, Russia tried early in February. Like they were, I guess they tested Biden, and I don't blame Russia for being aggressive, because literally the Democrat Party has been shitting on them for the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
For the
the collusion
or for
voter.
What they do, they try to influence the election with but all it was just the troll bots. That's really the bots,
right?
Posting things on social media. Like, yeah,
there's like 14-year-olds that do that here.
Yeah, it's not like there aren't like liberal countries that do it for the Democrats. Like that happens all the time. China does it, and the whole thing could have been avoided if they would just been a little more, nuanced about it. But I mean, Trump derangement syndrome, man.
Yeah, and it's like I don't like Russia interfering with us, any more than I like China interfering with us. It's just
the scale, man. It's and the scale of outrage to the comparison, the outrage far outweighs the crime here.
right. There's levels to this.
Oh, I was talking about February because that was a time where the a U.S. naval commander and said that we have to prepare for a nuclear attack, and there was an actual Twitter post from I think it was NORAD or someone, one of the branches or divisions, saying that people should prepare for that a nuclear attack was imminent. So I gotta find it, but it's
here.
Like Russia would launch a nuclear attack. That's what they were getting at. Like people should be prepared for that.
Interesting.
Weeks into this guy's presidency, weeks or a month into this guy's presidency, that's what happened. And now it's like, oh, Biden is, they're trying to make it out like, oh, Biden's going to settle the situation. Look at all these things he's doing. He's sending a diplomat to Russia. The U.S. actually the other day, they sent a spy plane to Russia, and Russia surrounded it with their planes and, brought it back over the border.
Really?
Yep.
Again, it's no news about it.
Where's the news?
Nothing.
That was almost a serious conflict. I remember when I was growing up, there was the China shot down a U.S. plane that was going over their territory.
Yeah,
it was big news.
Well, wasn't there like China like was testing some kind of what was it? A missile that can carry like a nuclear warhead and drop it to like a precision point.
Like a smaller one?
Maybe.
They have a nuclear warhead. No,
I could have totally screwed that up, but go ahead.
They have some kind of device, ballistic missile that can cause a tsunami and sink. If we ever had carrier somewhere, they can sink a ship. And they don't have to hit. They can take out a whole fleet in the ocean.
Gotcha.
I mean, there's countries with drones that can come out of the ocean and just or just surround a ship and just take it out. At this point,
that's why when that whole debate was going on about drones, I said the U.S. should just shut the fuck up and get in the game, because all the other countries around us are going to get way more advanced on drones.
Well, I mean, Israel is very advanced. We're already advanced, and Israel is kind of, our supplier of drones. I guess, they supply allies with drones. And they have these small microscopic drones that can just go in somewhere and,
Oh, I heard about those. Yeah.
Yeah, right? They can take out those drones. I mean, they have crazy technology. And the U.S. does. I mean, Lockheed Martin has a headquarters in Israel. It's like they're number 2, like outside of the United States. I mean, there's only one in the United States that's does more activity, I believe, because they get so much technology.
It's just that whole debate about drones being used in the military. I just felt like was a waste of time. I feel like it's just inevitably what's going to happen.
It already has happened. The drone wars. Wars already happened. I think they might have halted, which is. One second. Let me look at the. It was I think Israel giving drones to Turkey, who gave them to Armenia, not Armenia. Turkey. One second. Let me look this up, guys, because this is crazy. And that's the reason why these, there's these peace deals that are still in force with, Saudi Arabia and Israel, Turkey. There's no public acknowledgement, but there's a relationship now. Kamikaze drone, a new weapon brings power and peril to the U.S. military. Let's see.
Called a kamikaze drone.
Oh, here, drone sale to Ethiopia could jeopardize Turkey-Egypt dialogue. The process saw Turkish offer to sham dam building and irrigation expertise with Ethiopia. Egyptian allegations that Turkey and Israel were behind the Renaissance Dam. So there was why haven't I heard about this?
It's just
Turkey risks derailing normalization talks with Egypt by selling armed drones to Ethiopia. In addition to coming under international fire, should Ethiopia use drones in the conflict in Tigray? And this was October 19th. And some Democrat was telling me, oh, Biden ended the drone wars. No, he didn't. The drone wars have just begun.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like when they say Biden ended the drone wars, it's one of those things that just because he says he did, he did. You know what I mean? It's like AOC claims that she thought she was going to be raped on January 6th, so she was going to be raped. She
AOC was born thinking she was going to be raped.
Right. It's like almost a fantasy of hers at this point.
Yeah, it's like I wish people thought I was raped, even though without being raped. Like she like,
so wishes she got raped.
She's so. I think so. Yeah, I think like she wants more victim status.
She wants that.
So that could be an issue, and she could be like, "I was raped," and I know what it feels like to be. We.
So you can't. I'm the authority on this matter. Well, real quick, we were bringing up drones. Well, you were talking about drones there, and it flashed me back to a conversation we had a while back where they were showing all these UFO videos and going, "Hey, we have UFOs." You remember this conversation?
Oh yeah, right. That was my theory was they were drones.
They were drones.
Right? Yeah.
And it made and you actually went as far as to, and I wish you had the pictures right now, but to pull up pictures that looked exactly like these, like they were like triangle shaped. I don't know, weird shape.
Exactly what was what was described by like
you can see it in the video.
Naval, like what are they called? Soldiers in the Navy. And that were on videos, like,
right,
and they had pictures of it, and they're like, oh, but they were moving so fast, and they were, they moved in such in crazy different directions, and stopped on a dime and moved backwards. Yeah, because the reason why we didn't have vehicles like that is because people were in those vehicles,
right,
and they would die from the G-force if a plane had just stopped. Like suddenly they would go through the friggin' they would go through the glass in the cockpit. Like, I mean,
they would just be eviscerated, basically.
Like, yeah. I don't know if that's true, but I assume that because if you stop fast,
you're going through a windshield. If you stop short,
right? If you stop on a dime like that, you're gonna hit yourself. Like.
You're probably just like splattering.
I don't think
hundreds of miles per hour.
I don't think we understand the physics of it, but
no, I'm an expert.
Yeah,
you splatter, David.
Where are your credentials?
It's like Joe Biden. He's
right.
He's created jobs.
Right. So that's what it was basically.
Yeah, they could.
You can never do that with people in the vehicle.
And that explains also when you go back to even the what they were saying that they had like flying saucers and stuff, and that's always been linked to Area 51. And it's like, and you'll see video. Area 51.
Area 51. You knew that, and still you did nothing.
You did nothing. You don't be that was my David.
You should be thanking him.
What I'm saying is like you're saying, we've seen videos of all these flying saucers and all these crazy, spacecraft, quote unquote. But you're right, they're probably always just been, early prototypes of drones.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think people but people were so willing to believe that it's every single situation. It's fun. Yeah. More exciting. They wanted to believe, like, they wanted to convince the ancient alien crowd that, there were people among us. Or no, what they wanted to do was, because it was probably China that had them too, like our enemies, and they didn't want people to think that, they had more advanced technology, that, the US had been usurped in military might.
It's easier to hide that in some like outlandish idea of aliens. I'm not saying aliens are an outlandish idea, but like this crazy idea, they can put that out, and it's easier to like write that off as crazy. But they're still hiding the technology in the lie, the real technology.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe they did it. Maybe they did it themselves, like to surround a naval ship to see if they could do it, and keep the Navy off guard, and just said it was aliens. So maybe China would believe it. I don't know. You're trying to trick China.
It's all about tricking China.
It's like,
what it all comes.
Come on, China, we got to work together. We gotta get the aliens. I remember that guy, Paul Krugman. He was the Democrat economist, pseudo-economist, that said one time that the only way we can get the world to, like the world to fix, like war and like, I think it was war, right? Like you have to unite like them against like aliens. If aliens were coming to the Earth, everybody would be, everybody would be like,
yeah, I believe
like,
that.
Yeah. I gotta find that.
Well, look at America as the microcosm, right? When 9/11 happened, we all unified in our hatred of extreme Islamists.
An alien invasion could fix the economy.
I think it would fix everything for a little while. Just a little while.
Well, we'd have to all, yeah. And then once we got our asses kicked, it wouldn't matter. Like, I mean, I don't see us, going to other planets like Ender's Game and just taking out, an alien species.
All right, this is what would destroy the Earth if aliens came. If the aliens landed, right, and they were like, "Listen, we want to tell you about our Lord Jesus Christ." we would be like, "Wait, what?
Get the fuck out of here!" No,
we have a Jesus.
Judas.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
that would really like cause a lot of problems.
What? And then all the Jews would be like, "Yes." Told y'all.
That would cause a lot of problems if they came back and proved a religion right.
Yep. If they, I mean, some people would. I think some people, there'd be like mass suicides and stuff. But sure, yeah.
Well, think about it. It would become we have to cover this up because it's destroying a lot of religions, a lot of people's beliefs. Somebody would be like, we have to cover this up.
The Catholic Church.
Yep.
Catholic Church would cover it up. I mean, they have, I think a history of covering up things, like
the Vatican.
The Vatican.
That's who you got to watch out for.
Like, yeah. Like pedophiles, they would just move them around.
Right.
Like, don't move them around. Just, have them walk out somewhere where their bodies couldn't be found, and just, put them in a hole. No one's gonna investigate. Right? No one would have investigated where the missing person went, and you just put like. They would investigate, but they wouldn't find them.
Well, you think a religion, an organized religion, would have more of a punishment system for pedophilia? Just doesn't seem like they have much of a.
I just think they should have had a better way of disposing those people, like just throwing them in the ocean, saying he fell off the boat. Like like when they got Osama bin Laden and Obama was like, we just
I still don't
threw
believe
him
that
off.
shit.
Like, all right, did you really get Obama?
Right.
Like,
We're gonna respect his wishes.
Like, we don't want him to be a martyr.
That's some. But you don't at least snap a picture.
Yeah, that like everybody in intelligence could see, and then once he wasn't, his legend was gone in the Arab world. You release the pictures like the alien thing. You just yeah.
That's why I hated the way he did it, like compared to how Donald Trump did it. Not to make this a Donald Trump conversation, but where Donald Trump, killed Soleimani and he came out and he's like celebrating. He's calling him a son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at when Obama killed Osama, like even his speech was just like, like he didn't even want to do it. Like it was just mundane. He's not even happy about it.
Yeah, and then people were angry that
Trump didn't respect the fucking the terrorist.
No, because there was like a group of a bunch of people, all races, outside the United States, the White House, yelling USA, USA, like, and they just hated that.
Yeah,
they were offended by it.
Then they can't come out and say that because then it's
they did. Well, the media did. People in the media did for sure. Like there's some leftists in the media. They're like, but it would, think about how they feel, ISIS and ISIS-K and Taliban and, all the people that we funded over the years. How would they feel seeing their leader, executed? I think they'd feel like it was the apocalypse,
Good. Good for that.
I think there would be less because they'd have no one to follow. You take out the head of the snake, they'd have no. I don't know what. Like, I guess they'd use that as a recruiting tool, but they're already so good at like recruiting people. They recruit like Western women to come over and marry Muslims. And
yeah.
The women get like.
But that's because American men are fucking pussies. And they've bought into this whole, relationships are 50-50 and all that nonsense.
Well, I think they're just the women are just, kind of, they're lefties that, just like the aspect of being, of a different, religion that's not like Western religion, or, they want like that lady like that wanted to be a different race. And she like she was like a
Rachel Dolezal or whatever.
Yes, she got like into the NAACP. I think she was like a leader, and
she made
all that time. Yeah, she made it, right?
That's one of me right there. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah. I want my black heritage. I want my reparations.
Like how long ago was that? Like 10,000 years ago that they came over.
What?
When did Indians settle India? No, way earlier. That must have been like 50,000 years ago. They're an old society. No, wait, like hundreds of thousands.
No, I think weren't Indians part of the slave trade.
Everybody was part of the slave trade.
Everybody had their hands in, right?
Yeah, there's still a slave trade. Like Libya, remember? Like there's still, like after they got rid of Gaddafi, there's now like there were slaves. The slave trade opened up.
Jeez.
Like they took out a guy who actually did something, and that was a guy who he dismantled his nuclear weapons, like showing to everybody that, don't listen to the US about, dismantling, de-arming your country, because they will come out and kill you.
Huh.
Right? Like, do you think about that message? That's the worst message to send. They like to Iran, like, and everybody else that wants, to protect themselves against the United States. Why would you ever stop trying to build nuclear weapons now? Like, our
Right.
argument for it is completely neutralized by that one act. And Hillary Clinton thought, I should run for president. I did a lot of good things. People thought her experience, like she had experience, but it was not good experience.
Right. Well, again, I mean, that goes into the whole, like, I remember growing up, it was always the joke was, well, we all know Hillary's running it behind the scenes. You know what I mean? It's like people bought into that.
Oh yeah, she was the real leader. Like,
Yeah,
come
like,
on.
people bought into that.
It's Obama wasn't a good president because of her. Obama was just good at, communicating, and he pushed back against, corporations from time to time, and what else? And the military commanders, but he could only go so far because there's a structure there. There's too many people in those positions, and too many like lobbyists, people, politicians that are lobbied by corporations to go against the the machine. You got to be reasonable with them. It's baby steps. But they're still angry. Like, liberals are angry at him because he didn't, he wasn't more liberal. Like,
He wasn't, yeah.
you can only be so liberal.
Well,
it's like,
I guess not nowadays. Well, they're not winning this way though.
No, they're not winning.
Yeah.
But they're going to go on a massive propaganda campaign, and they've already started to do like the kind of coverage they did under Trump, where it's just nonstop.
Now, let me ask you a question. Are you buying into this idea that the Democratic Party is split right now? Or do you think they're unified?
I think they're definitely split.
Okay.
And not when we say, when I think of the Democrat Party, I think of also left-leaners that don't want to decide, don't want to pick a party. They're independent. That is definitely, I mean, there are a lot of Hispanics that were like that, and now I keep seeing polls where it's, the Republicans are down by maybe 5 points, or they're tied. I mean, a recent poll came out and said they were, 150 Hispanics. It was tied, but that's 150 people. I know in Florida, I can't find a Cuban that is, gonna go D next year. Like, unless you go to Miami, but because that's,
more of a liberal, yeah.
More a liberal area. There's a hodgepodge of liberals and Republicans. Oh, geez. I got something in the back of my throat. Oh, my God.
Hey, that's not for the live on YouTube. You know what I mean?
I think I sucked too many dicks. The acid's burning. The acid's burning my throat.
Getting the acid reflux.
Terrible. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Is this a live read? Are we going to an antacid commercial or something?
Yeah. Get me some Tums.
All this cum is making my tummy rumble.
If you shot dicks, you try Tums too. It'll help you. Tums, the best acid in the world.
It shows like a silhouette of a prostitute popping a Tums.
No, that's not. That's not subversive enough. You don't go prostitute. You go full-blown orgy. Everybody's sucking each other's dick, and I don't know how that would work, but
you're going full
a circle. You'd have to get them in a circle, right?
You're going full on bathhouse circle jerk here.
I'm going circle in a field.
BHCJ. A circle jerk in a field. Wow.
Circle jerk in a field.
That's experimental.
Right? One day we will progress.
EDM playing in the background.
Right. The world's not ready for that, but we should just we should get them ready. We need to normalize,
oh Jesus,
outdoor sex,
outdoor
debauchery,
sex.
Outdoor debauchery.
We need to normalize debauchery.
What do we call it though? What do we call it?
Well, it's already called voyeurism, isn't it?
Voyeurism. I think that's when you're not participating. But when you're doing it in public, wait, voyeurism.
Oh, what is it?
Oh yeah, right.
Exhibitionist. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. So that's normal enough, I think.
Well,
people know what exhibits. Do a lot of people know what exhibitionists are?
Nah, I think you got to give
college.
You got to give it a softer name to normalize it.
LGBTQE.
E.
No, X.
X.
It'll be X. Like exhibit. Like
you just start it with X.
Just start it with X. You need a powerful group of people. You need to be in a group. Right? You need
well, is it? It's one of those.
They want to be because they want the protection too, and every class wants a group.
Here's always the weird question, right? If you're in a group, do you want them to be people you know, or strangers?
I think if it was.
That's a hard question, isn't it?
I don't know because people maybe they probably wouldn't call the cops on you, but strangers, you can find a bunch of strangers and
you could join an orgy somewhere.
People aren't going to join an orgy, right? With you.
That's what I'm saying. I think I think there's a weirder factor to doing it with people you know.
Like how do pedophiles work with each other? Like they are disguised, right?
I would assume.
How did they get that ring in Ohio? Those 200 guys in Ohio, like.
I believe they use the dark web.
The dark web.
Yeah.
I had a coworker
of mine that got caught with child porn, and he was trading it on the dark web.
Really?
Yeah.
They never meet because this is the thing. Like usually when they do busts, they're like it used to be that there was a bunch of white people like in the photos. When you look at the Ohio photo, there are just tons of minority. Like there's just tons of black people this time. Like I never thought there was.
The guy I'm talking about was a black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal dude. Like he used to get attention from women. Like he
That it's crazy that people thought that that was a white man's game because with pimps and all.
Well, you ever seen I think the most prolific serial killer ever was either a black guy or an Indian guy.
Yeah, because they subverted expectations. People think Jack the Ripper was a woman, like
Really?
because if you can get away with it at the time. No one thought that women would just go out and kill people.
They never caught Jack the Ripper, right?
They never caught Jack the Ripper, so it's complete. Fabrication. It's fabricated basically. They don't know.
Here's one, right, that makes sense. They finally caught or they think they caught the Zodiac killer.
Right? Zodiac killer?
Yeah. The guy who was sending cryptic messages to the police. It took them 23 years to figure it out.
Really?
What one of the messages said. What do you think he was?
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, right. I'm your partner.
And then the cop's just like, "Oh my god, he was there."
He turns around, he's like, "Got me."
The partner of the cop just has tricked them all those years ago, and he's like, "It was me." Not the killing part. The message.
The cryptic message. It had nothing to do with the killing.
I just thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious. I didn't know how to tell you guys.
It's like so many people wasted their lives looking for this guy.
That was his way of getting it. Remember when you told me I wasn't a good prankster?
You?
No, I was just saying. I'm playing like the guy. Holy
Sorry, that was literal Dave.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with, I should have been able to distinguish.
Yeah, maybe I changed my tone. I don't know. I'll take some credit.
You'll take the blame?
Responsibility. It's your show.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm gonna make you look good.
No, you're a part of the show, man. You're involved.
Hey man, I see you doing your solo thing over here.
Listen,
I'm enjoying it. I'm doing it.
It's a collective, if you will, a collaboration.
Of course. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you
a collective of like-minded people working together for a greater goal.
Listen, would you learn to take my fucking compliment of saying you're doing well?
I get uncomfortable with compliments, man. I just nice work. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like I make it really awkward. I don't know how to take it.
I get because I get complacent, man. I get complacent with a compliment.
Yeah, I told you earlier. I'm trying to learn how to let people be nice to me. I don't know how to do that. It's a problem.
With me when I just found you out of the blue off your podcast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe, and I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know.
How did I find you again? Oh, I'm not gonna say how I found you.
You said, let me think.
No, don't. I don't want to. I don't want to teach people how to find you.
Don't bring that up. Oh my god. What happened was you called me out of nowhere and you said, "Listen, you're a tremendous talent. I think you're gonna bring everybody around you to the top." You said Steven Crowder, who? Ben Shapiro's got some.
Said all that?
Yes. You don't remember this?
I must have been I was trying to get you to trust me because I thought we could do big things, man. I thought we could do good things. Real good things.
Why are you saying it in the past tense? I don't like the way you're putting this.
It's over. I've grown beyond. I've grown beyond you.
I brought you on here to tell you it's over.
It's over. That's probably what you thought. You probably thought this guy is just trying to use me. He's gonna screw me over one day, just like the Jew manager from NWA.
NWA, yep. I was like, we got a Sherwood Schwartz on our hands over here.
A Sherwood Schwartz. Schwartz and Myers.
Sherwood Schwartz, he did what? Brady Bunch. That's what it was.
I had no idea who he was, but
he wrote the Brady Bunch.
It's like the on The Sopranos, the Jewish guy that is part of the gang. Like he was ripping off the black artists, and he was just using the mafia. I think did that happen in real? Yeah, I think that happened in real life. Of course, it happened. Meyer Lansky was like a big head honcho in the
Gotcha,
mafia. So yeah,
I don't know what it is. I cannot remember The Sopranos for anything. I gotta rewatch it. I just can't remember.
I rewatch it like probably every year. I rewatch it, but I don't. Not the whole thing. I skip parts that I think are boring, like episodes.
Yeah,
No,
got a little loopy at points, but
like with the I don't know. There's just the divorce storyline. I hated the divorce storyline. It's just
Carmella.
It was so boring.
I don't. Yeah, because the only thing that you got from that was the whole like the White Caps argument. The arguments were good
between him and her. Yeah, but
because they played it off like they really hated each other.
Yeah, and that's fine, but I needed the organization to progress. I want to see the gang war, like, and win a gang war, and then not just one at the end, one major gang war at the end.
Well, the Sopranos were kind of based off of a bunch of like imbeciles.
Oh yeah, the New Jersey mob.
Yeah.
I remember reading this story when I was like, because I lived Bergen County, New Jersey at one point. And that's right over the Hudson, and just the local paper, we used to get it, and I just read that these guys just robbed a bank, and they used the elevator, but they took off their masks when they got out,
right?
And that's how they caught them. And they were known as they were dummies because they didn't wear masks or something. I don't know the whole story.
That whole like the Sopranos, the family that it's based on. I think they were really called the Sopranos, weren't they? They were
the Cala something crew. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they were a bunch of fools. Like New York gangs didn't take them serious. Bunch of farmers.
Oh, because they were like the only ones in New Jersey, so they thought they were
trying to make a name for themselves. Yeah,
they were like out in the open, basically doing thug things with their friends,
doing hood rat things,
doing hood rat shit with their friends. Yeah, right. Oh my god.
I don't know why I just can't remember like that. I remember parts of that show.
Freaking good show. I mean, at least once a week I have to do some sort of Sopranos impression or a line, because it was just so memorable. So many good ones too, and so many good ways to say fuck. I'm telling you, I had no idea fuck could be used in all those different ways.
What's the craziest one you heard?
I don't know fuck about fuck.
I don't know fuck about fuck. Yeah.
I ain't telling you shit. Fuck you. Oh, Paulie. Paulie was the best character.
Oh, Paulie Walnut. Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie Walnuts. Dad used to send Paulie over when we were young to scare the shit out of us.
Paulie and Christopher fighting with each other.
Oh, that was the best. The Pine Barren episode where they're stuck. He's like, "Don't you dare leave me!" And then the guy finds ketchup packets, and he doesn't tell him.
Son of a bitch! You've been holding on me.
You got Tic Tacs.
You got Tic Tacs.
And then he's pissing by the door. He's like, "Whoa!"
And he was so stupid too.
Oh my god!
Remember him and Christopher? They were fighting over.
Yeah, don't you leave me, Chris.
Who would pick up the tab? They're just passing the check back and forth.
And he starts ordering all the desserts for the ugly women. They were heifers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What a funny show.
Yo, you could not tell on anybody. Do not tattle on that show. You will tattle to the boss. You are done.
Yeah.
Beansy.
Oh, Beansy.
We got to build a ramp for him to get up to his house. Oh.
Remember when they caught Vito at that club?
Yeah, well, yeah, they caught him at the club, and then the Meadows boyfriend saw him in the parking lot sucking some guy. He put his head up like a squirrel trying to just aware of a predator.
Like so obviously.
You mean he was getting sucked off? No, it was the other way around.
Oh!
What the? Oh.
I feel like I've been betrayed.
My heart. How much could it take? A no tea, but
or you
it's eating me inside. It's eating me up inside.
He goes, "What's there to think about? What are you going to take care of his family?" And he just shuts the fuck up.
Right?
I'm not paying.
Because that's like the worst thing. That's like that they don't think about that, and they have no care for they had no care for the families of the fallen.
Yeah.
And Vito's like, "Oh, can I listen? I can work down in Florida, Miami.
I got some guys up in AC. They could set me up."
Oh my god!
Poor fucking guy.
Oh, he can't come around our social club anymore. Oh god.
And then what gets Tony is the guy goes, "Hey, listen, when he comes in, are you gonna kiss him on both cheeks?" Tony's like, "Oh shit, I didn't think of that."
he's just nodding his head when he's saying that. Oh my god. I don't know, man.
Wow.
Fucking Sopranos.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch it.
I always wanted to be one of them, even though I didn't, but I did.
You just wanted to have the steez.
The steez?
Yeah.
What's the steez?
Like the swagger. Like you wanted to be a part of the social club, but not be. You wanted to be Maury.
I know what swagger is. Yeah, I gotcha.
You wanted to be Maury from Maury's Wigs.
Maury's Wigs?
Yeah, you're there, but you're not there.
I have no fucking. Are you talking about existentialism or something? Like what's going on here?
You said you wanted to be a part of the mafia, but not.
Yeah, the part that I don't know, just being at the social club, the men's club. I want to be there.
Just breaking balls. Gotcha.
With the knowledge, like I think I'm good at, feeling out where the line is. Like I'm good at that, and
like when not to look.
I know, like there was a scene where the guy says they were all on the construction site sitting down, and then they're talking about some some guy makes a gay joke about another guy, and he gives it back to him, like he says, "You should know," and then the guy comes over to him to hand over beer, but then hits him across the head.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because he's like, it was a fair comeback, but you gotta know your audience, man. Can't be calling people gay like that in the mob. It's not that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean I think.
Oh, sorry. Those clips would be good to teach about discrimination, because I feel like those are like a lot of leftists were angry about those clips because they think it glorifies it. And it's ridiculous that those would be good teaching tools of like
just some more realistic
versions than the ones that than the kind of examples that you see on the news, like, which is crazy.
Or like the ones they'd show in like an after school kind of special. Do they even have those anymore? Jesus. Like the ones they show in a school. Or like
I don't know how to explain myself, and I'm getting really, really angry. I can't express my thought without aggressiveness and anger, and
All right.
Oh, the other one I gotta look up more. We need to watch the chef Gordon Ramsay shows together.
Oh yes.
That we have to watch.
Find your favorite clip, and then I'll find my favorite clip, and then we'll just watch those. You donkey!
You donkey! I don't know what to do anymore. I've lost it. I've had it here. It's like you don't even care.
Like you don't even care.
I've tried so hard. Take off your robe. Janice, you've burnt the duck. Do you see? Does that look? Oh man.
I love when he just gets fed up and he's like, "What do you do? Oh, piss off!
Oh, fuck off!
Piss off, you!
It's the third time."
Guy knows nothing of customer service. Just yelling at his staff in front of everybody.
Yeah,
that's what you go there for.
Show. Yeah, that's why I go to the show, just to.
I wouldn't go to that restaurant unless I knew he was going to be yelling at people.
You wouldn't go there just for the meal?
Nah, you gotta go there for him.
But it's his restaurant. It tastes like.
Oh,
what was his original restaurant? Was it in California?
I don't remember. I think it was called Ramsey's.
Ramsey's?
Yeah, or Ramsey.
I would go there just to,
just because it's his restaurant?
Just because, and it's good food, man.
Yeah.
But I bet there's like a waiting,
what are you, a label whore?
Not a label whore. Just I want to try things out. Like, I actually like the guy's approach, even though he'd go over the top. Like, but you gotta yell at people. Like my father did with my bar mitzvah.
I want to eat knowing there was fear in cooking that food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it like more rewarding, like for you to know that my dad yelled at me at, like, he took me to the synagogue before, I had to do my, my bar mitzvah called a parsha. It's a certain portion of the Torah, on Saturday.
Right.
And I'm doing it all correct the way he showed me, and he's just yelling at me the whole time. And he's saying, people are going to laugh at you. You're going to be the laughing stock. You're going to embarrass us. He's right in my ear, and I start like he does this. He berates me for 10 minutes, and then I start shaking, and then I'm like, my eyes start like fluttering, and he's just yelling at me like, what? Continue reading. You saw, like, I was stammering, and he's like, "You're gonna stammer there." And then I blacked out, like literally blacked out for 2 seconds, and he's like, he had.
Come on, David, wake up, David.
No, he had to hold me up.
Oh, you literally were like were off your feet.
Yeah, I was stumbling backwards, and I was just 12. I was just, a few days away from 13. And he's just yelling at me. And he seconds later, it was just like the whole thing was like 6 seconds. And then he's like, "All right, you're okay. You're okay. Listen, you did everything correctly. I just wanted you to get the nerves out completely." because the worst thing that could happen has happened.
Right.
But it won't happen because you know everything, like you got it perfect. And I don't know if I think I'm butchering it.
No. It's basically trial by fire. So you got it. That's the.
It's a mock trial. It's a mock. It's like a draft that you have to, you know. What is it? You have to deal with those situations, like the experience of it, in order to do things perfectly in a normal circumstance.
You got to, you got to be high pressured. It's called a pressure test.
My dad was the worst critic, but
Right.
at least afterwards he explained to me, like, yeah, I drilled you hard, so you would do it perfectly, and people would think you did, like, you weren't such a dope, you know,
right. And then when you did it the next time, the pressure was off because you already went through the.
Yeah. And I grew up like Ben Shapiro, man. I was, we were like modern Orthodox, and my dad was just a good, like instructor. Like, and he was, people who are, of that, more rigid and religious, with that, who are of that sect, not like Hasidim, but like just like Ben Shapiro. They know how to educate. Like my dad was a professor at one time, like because he was good, and he knew how to teach. Like, but that's like a lot of Jewish people know how to like teach. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying he was good. He was a good dad, very good dad for doing that. I appreciate that lesson because it shows you that you have to go out into the world and get into and try things out, and like talking to people. If you say there's this thing in Dale Carnegie's book, How to Influence Friends and Whatever People. He says you gotta say hi to 100 people, and then from there, like, build conversation and smile at them. So, and then people will start talking back to you, and you'll start talking back to them,
Right.
and you'll become a great conversationalist. That way. And even people that are, like, you put yourself in uncomfortable situations and you learn from them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like my father taught me the same. Just to make it short, is he was just very hard on us, growing up, and that really bothered us, or bothered me, I should say. I'll speak for myself growing up, but then when I got older, I appreciated it more because he basically trained me for the real world on a level that most of my friends didn't have. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that comes from that real strict, Caribbean kind of upbringing, that where you're tying it into culturally, like there's that conservative kind of upbringing that you have.
Right. And I can do it, if I have kids, I could do it better. I think I could do it better than he,
of course, yeah,
like, could, but not soft like some of these other, more liberal parents that are not as rigid. You got to have some, you got to have a balance of both. You got to
have discipline.
You got to have discipline, but you also have to have understanding and, be able to adapt to your kid, to the way your kid learns and their feelings, and, weigh the risks. Like, if you have to say no to your kid and he's going to cry just because you said no to something, you got to let him cry.
Right.
Like, you have to. Because then he's going to think, all I got to do is cry and whine and bug my parents, and I'm going to get what I want. No, you gotta make them cry sometimes, like, just to teach them that they're not going to get what they want. They're, like, What am I trying to say here?
It teaches you beyond, like, it teaches you levels of things. Because I was like that when I was a kid. When I was like really small, I would cry. I was a bitch, and my dad eventually did it because I was.
He definitely eventually said, you are a bitch."
Yeah, he eventually said, "You know what? Enough of the crying, blah blah blah." Didn't give
Yeah.
into it, and
Yeah.
it taught me the lesson of not only just you're not going to get what you want. Sometimes in life you don't get what you want, and if you want something, you're going to have to work for it, as opposed to just relying on other people to do it. It teaches you like the value of things. Shit isn't just frivolous.
Of working at things too.
Working
like
at
that
things,
there's going
work
to be
ethic,
fail,
yes.
you're going to fail, and then you're going to feel like garbage, but you got like, and that's then re-inspiring your kid afterwards is an important factor. You gotta bring back their confidence afterwards when they calm
It's
down.
just it's like where I grew up. Let me not say most, but a lot of fathers don't get up and go to work every day. You know what I mean? There's just bum motherfuckers. And my father, I for my whole life, I saw get up at 6 a.m. every single day, goes to work, stays there all day. You know what I mean? Like that little thing was instilled in me.
People just sit around, like, because I used to work right near you, like literally right near you. That people just sat out. I mean, when I drove by to go to your place one time, I saw like 4 different groups of people like sitting out drinking beers. It's
all day, bro.
It's all day. Yeah, I mean, I know they were. Those are the people that came into. Never mind.
Yeah. I know where you're going with it.
The poverty center.
Right, and I'm just saying, like, my friends who grew up with fathers like that or no fathers at all don't have that same work ethic of just you get up for work, you're on time.
Right.
You signed up for a job, that's what you do. There's no complaints. You'll complain about it, but you don't complain about that part of having to go. It's just
right. I mean, not every mother can be Superman.
Yeah, and I don't expect that. I'm just saying it's the fathers. That's why fathers are so fucking important.
Right.
I think that's the conversation we're having as far as your father being so pivotal in your life.
Right. And then he didn't work for the government too. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
where you can't leave and you're. I don't know. I think like I see that a lot with a lot of government workers when like I go to the courthouse, and they're the ones working in office, single black mothers, and
right.
token old white lady that's past her prime. She's being replaced. She doesn't know how to use the computer anymore.
Right.
She doesn't know how to use a computer. She never really learned. She's like typing with one finger. I mean, her days are done. It's like the white teachers. I started seeing like the old white teachers from. They've been around since like the 60s, 70s.
They've been teaching for like 35 years and stuff.
Right, and they got they have a rigid and conservative teaching style.
You're a slacker, McFly.
Well, no, not the McFly type. I'm talking about like they were just good at disciplining the class and at least getting their lessons, at least getting their presentation to the students,
I know what you mean. I
to.
had a teacher who was like, he seemed like he was from a different time, but he literally, like, we used to make fun of the way he talked, but then after, like, he used to let us make fun of him, but we realized that we were making fun of him, but we were saying his exact words.
Right.
And
I had a Russian math teacher yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, we were getting when we were making fun of him, we were getting it right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, and he would laugh when we would make fun of him. Like, he would hear us. And we were like, oh, he just doesn't care. So I think he knew, though, that was his thing, like that people got his message. just by making fun of him. So
right,
it's fucking noble, actually.
It's noble to be made fun of
because he's letting us learn at the expense of his ego. Let's say most teachers would snap at you for making fun of them,
right?
Or write you up, or do something stupid. You know what I mean?
Right. You see, our teacher, we had a Russian math teacher, and she, you can't like it's different, I guess, for a woman. You can't like you feel differently about it. Like a guy, like I feel like a guy would be more receptive to it. And
again, you could break balls with a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem because I am a visual learner. Like if I see something, I can, remember it. And she knew how to make it click visually. But people, who couldn't understand her, they complained to their parents. Their parents complained to the school. And the administration said math, math is not it's not verbal. Math is not a verbal thing. It's like you see it and you remember a formula, and you don't need.
It's the language of the gods.
Maybe you need an acronym to remember the the steps, but math is just like
it's formulaic.
It's you write the formula, and then you practice the formula on different problems, and you show your work. And this teacher, she did better than the old white dinosaur that was 70 already, because she's just able to. It just clicked for me with her.
Right.
I mean, the girl behind me, she's not a visual. She was a listener. She could not get the material. She was she would break. She would cry. She cried in class one time because it was very difficult.
And that's why I don't believe in equal pay.
I believe girls and boys should be separated in different classrooms because I think they learn differently, and then go to lunch together. And then the girls have female teachers, and the guys have male teachers, and then for a different class, just switch it up.
Maybe you're together for an elective.
So you have a father figure and a a mother figure who's trying to, have an impact on the boys and the girls, the both perspectives. Because I think
that's actually a really good idea. I'm 100% behind that.
That's one of my education plans.
I don't think men and women should work together.
I don't agree with you, because how would that even work? I mean,
I know, but we would have to have gender-based jobs.
Gender-based jobs.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking? How
because jobs naturally become gender-based. So like if you work in an office, you're going to be, if there's something that needs to be lifted, it's going to be a man that's going to do that.
Oh, are you speaking from experience here?
Of course.
Yeah, construction sites. I've been on them. I've had crews. It's a man's world on those sites. And the idea, like in Shameless, where you're gonna see that a lot. It's usually
the girl who's a welder.
Yeah, it's usually like a lesbian worker, or like a Hispanic woman,
right.
And they're one of the guys basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. I will make this caveat to your thing, even though I don't agree with it. Men and lesbians, women and gays can work together.
This is the only reason why they're seen as one of the guys, is because they're not seen as a sexual object.
No, I mean they could, but I think they would handle it much better. They would. They like.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
like to a degree.
Right. And everyone can talk about hot girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Not be
like
like.
like I'll give you an example. Women police. Fuck out of here. I'm done with them.
Oh.
I don't even want to listen to
I
them.
don't think so. I don't think so. I saw that video, the where there was like 2 female police, and they just wouldn't even pursue because how were they going to? Oh wait, no, the attacker pushed both of them off and got away or something and drove over them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course.
Enough of
How,
that.
how if you need like 4 cops to get on, like one of those, bigger black, like who was that guy, George Floyd?
Yeah.
If you need that many cops, how is a woman gonna like? You're gonna need like 6 women, 7, 8. You're gonna need tons of women. You're gonna need more women to do the, like to get into those situations, just to handle it.
Right.
Like it's just not the same thing.
And even the men too, though. Just so people understand, I'm being fair. I think the men, how we were talking about that trial by fire thing, like they need your father to go and make every one of them black out.
Women,
No, the men.
men. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, because there's a lot of not equipped men that are on the force that shouldn't be there.
Sure.
I'm just saying, police. It has to be a little. We have to be a little more.
They should make police what they should do for like with in their shooting practice. They should make them run 2 miles straight or jog 2 miles straight,
I think they do stuff like that.
and then make them stop and shoot at a target. Because when you're in that situation, you're not calm at all. It's the same feeling of and the same unsteadiness when you are, in a situation where your life is in danger.
Well, it's the same like training where they'll mace them, and then they have to fight their way out of something while they're maced.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like,
you have to. It's not just you get maced to the face, and then you're done. Like you have to get maced to the face, and you have to take on an 8-year-old or something.
No, the way they do it now is they all have like different training courses, but they'll get maced to the face, then they have to disarm somebody with that has a knife, and then run through people hitting them. Like it's pretty extensive,
right? Like they're going through a brush,
it's like a fucked up relay race. Yeah.
These things should be more like. I think what they do is they have like an imitation gun, and they just do a movie screen of different scenarios.
Yeah.
And that's how they train.
Loud.
I worked at a police station. I was just interning there one summer, and that was scary. Like it's like virtual reality, and I was like at a stop, and I had to have the holster on my side, and I didn't know if he was good or bad, and I died. He looked in his glove compartment for his driver's license, and yeah, he was
hit you with the hammer.
He tricked me, man. I didn't even see where the gun fell out. Like he tricked me.
That guy was a career criminal.
Like that's why, like, come on, I have total and utter respect for policemen in that
even
like
doing
situation. Like it's tough. It's tough. It's very, very tough. Especially at night.
Well, you ever had to walk up on somebody's car before?
Somebody's car?
Yeah, like maybe, I don't know. I had somebody parked in front of my house one time.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who it was, and I had to walk up to the car and see who it was. And I'm just saying that, like, it's a nerving moment because you don't know who's in there. You don't know what they have. You don't know what
Candy.
they're there for. My question was going to be to you was, even in that virtual reality thing, was there still like nerves involved?
That first time there was nerves. Yeah, there's always nerves because you don't know when it's coming. They got different scenarios, man.
Right. Like it could just be all right, write you the ticket. Goodbye. Have a good day.
There was a firehouse across the street. They had a whole imitation, not a firehouse, but a house that they could they could create fire conditions with smoke and real flames. And I went through it one time. God damn, man. Like, I couldn't see. Like, my eyes were like watery. But they give you advice on how to get out, like, and how to, not touch doors that are hot, and and jumping out the window onto the trampoline.
Right.
I mean, it was very fun, I have to admit, but it was still it was scary. It was very, very scary, like, because you think you're gonna die.
Yeah.
I did that with the school when I was younger, but there was just a bunch of people, so like it felt safe. But when you're like with one other person and you can't really see them, you're like it's scary. Like, even though it's not like a real fire, it's still a scary situation. Like, you think you're gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, because you're also just putting pressure, like, and stress on your body, so it's like almost your survival kind of kicks in.
Yeah.
Even though it's a that thing in the back of your head where something could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being on a roller coaster.
Absolutely, something could have gone wrong when I was in there. I don't know. I don't know why they would let kids, like. Well, the kid thing it was less severe, but as an adult, I don't know why they let me do that. Like, that was
probably easier than firing you.
No, I guess well, they only do that when they trust. Like, they have to trust you.
You have to be, yeah.
I mean, I was an
this guy's
EMT.
not an idiot.
Yeah. And oh man, I got made fun of at the police station. I came with my backpack. This was for a college course where you have to, you have to, just work somewhere, like, that's based on, like, somewhere that is, practical for your degree. And I just came in with a backpack, and I kept, bringing the backpack, and there's no reason for me to bring the backpack. And then one day he's like, you can leave the backpack. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we've been just making fun of the backpack thing. And we're like, why does this guy carry a backpack all around? Like, the cops don't carry backpacks like that everywhere. Like, what am I going? Where are you going? Like, it's not school.
It's like an embarrassing moment.
Yeah, it was I felt embarrassed, and
yeah.
And they didn't think I was cool at that time. They put me in with the dispatch, and what's it called, the dispatch, and the dare guy. I had to go to with the dare guy to school.
You were doing the school thing?
Yeah.
Did you dress up in the tiger outfit?
Thank God I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I assisted him with things.
Hand me the crack pipe.
Right.
You were doing that type of stuff. Yeah, I
had to make sure that the drugs were taken. And the goggles, make sure they don't hurt themselves. But here's a little tidbit. Dare doesn't work.
Yeah.
Dare is not effective.
Sure didn't work for my generation.
In fact, I'd say it's, Dare is effective in
informing you on what can fuck you up the best.
Well, I get in different like in some communities, and then in others, it's like in more upper middle class neighborhoods, it kind of is effective. It reinforces what the parents are saying, and what
Right.
the general culture is in like a suburban, middle class area.
In the lower class areas, it's kind of reinforcing
like
what the parents are doing.
yeah. Do they even let dare officers come to minority schools anymore? Like I feel like they would have just stopped that. I don't know. Like
Probably at
that's
this point. I
dare.
know I got the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Like
the
dare is popular. Like for some reason, people like approve of it, but because they don't know that it's so ineffective.
well, we even in like the 5th grade, we were all like making the jokes.
Did you get the teddy bear, the lion, the dare lion?
Probably. I know I had a T-shirt. Thought it was
Someone
kind of
lost.
ironic.
Someone lost the dare lion, and it was a big it was upsetting, very upsetting.
How do you lose it?
I mean, it's like the Roman eagle, the eagle of the classroom. Like if you lose your dare lion, it's like it brings shame on the entire class.
Yeah. Look, I didn't lose it. I actually sold it for a hit of crack.
The dare lion, yeah. And you could get those at the end of like the school, like elementary school. They had them for sale if you wanted them, and they were pretty popular.
Well, I just remembered in the 5th grade, that's when we had the dare thing, and we thought it was silly at that point.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
It's I think it's different for white people. It was a source of pride. when you had the dare lion, you were responsible for it, and you were responsible for the dignity of your class.
Jesus, really?
And if you, yep. No, I don't think it was that severe, but I remember I punked one of the dare officers, because they were trying to teach us about stereotypes and stuff, and the question was, who would you hire, this guy who's got a bad reputation, or this guy who for a nuclear power plant job. He's not nuclear power, for another thing that's related. He's a power plant employee. He doesn't have a criminal record, and what's it called? And he's got like a family and something, whatever. And it was for a job at a like some other nuclear facility. And I said, "That's Homer. That sounds like Homer Simpson." And it was Homer Simpson.
Oh, real? That was the answer?
Yeah, I beat the test. I'm not judgmental. I'm not really judgmental. I just pretend to be judgmental.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I did the test.
Yeah?
What is it called? Where
8.
you match fate.
I got the pill.
Got a 65.
Got a 65. 65 days left.
65 T cells.
I don't know why I went to a jive voice though.
I was doing a Chris Rock joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You never heard that one?
Nope.
I passed my AIDS test. I got a 65.
Okay.
Pretty funny joke.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Ugh. Oh, Chris Rock is a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, he only had one funny stand-up.
Yeah, he kind of...
no good movies.
He got too rich and then he became unfunny.
How did he get so rich for not having that much good material?
He was in some good movies, right? Like Chris. Let me look at some Chris Rock movies. Let me look. Chris Rock.
He only had one good stand-up, which was really good.
White people loved him. White people really loved him.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the Adam Sandler movies now, because it's like he's just adorable.
He's the black guy that gets invited to the white dinner parties.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
in the
like
Morgan Freeman category now.
I wouldn't go that. Morgan Freeman is very serious. Oh, but Morgan Freeman's voice is beautiful. Like I would know, even
he played God.
Even like a KKK member would just be drawn in and seduced by it. Just let him
he
go.
would sit down and be like, "Now you know I'm not talking about you, right?"
Yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I guess so. He did
Chris Rock movie Down to Earth.
Down to Earth.
That was all right.
Pootie Tang was directed by Louis C.K. Head of State.
Pootie Tang overrated.
Yeah.
Head of State doesn't hold up. Not really a good movie.
I guess so.
Like it was all this like thing of what would happen if there was a black president, and none of it happened when there was a black president.
Right, everything it would all be good in America if we had a black president.
Or he would be, extremely hated.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was decent for the time.
It was a silly movie. It was all right.
It's one of those things where he's like telling white folks how to be, like this is how you do it, and it's like things are a little more complicated there, buddy.
It was a little. He was a commie.
He was basically a commie.
Yeah.
What year was it when that came out? Head of State, 2003. Yeah. I mean, because it was Bush and there was the whole Iraq thing, and
it made sense at that time.
Yeah, it made sense.
Bernie Mac was his running mate. That was kind of funny.
Oh, Bernie Mac was awesome.
Yeah.
I love Bernie Mac. The Bernie Mac Show.
You know what's a hilarious movie is Life with Martin and Eddie.
Life with Martin and Eddie.
Why doesn't anybody know this movie?
I don't know, maybe because it wasn't good enough to be a cult classic that,
It's definitely a cult classic. It has to be.
I know cult classics. I mean, even bad movies become cult classics. What was that really bad movie? They just did a movie about this guy who made the worst movie ever.
Oh, The Room.
The Room?
Yeah. The movie they made about him is actually not too bad.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Oh,
you watched The Room?
I watched The Room. It was fucking horrible. Nobody knew how he made his money.
Yeah.
Like I was just import exports. Yeah, it was drugs. Come on.
You think?
I think so. Like
it makes sense, but yeah, like why would he be so covert about it?
Why would he be so dumb if he was in that? Like you can't be that dumb and out of the loop.
Maybe he's just eccentric. He could be one of those guys who
No way. You can't be those. That's an industry where you can't be eccentric. It's like construction. You can't be eccentric.
In what?
Importing and exporting things distributing and
Is that what he claims his job was?
I think so. Like he used to just sell things. Let me look at this guy. What's his name? Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau. How did Tommy Wiseau make his money? Yeah, and then when he's on the, I saw him at the on the red carpet thing, and he's just still out of touch. But he takes it with he's in good spirits about it.
Well, now he claims that he made the movie to be funny.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I know. He was dead serious.
He was totally serious.
That's his way of keeping his, I guess, his ego. I meant to be funny. A movie was a cult classic. Was Scarface was originally. It didn't do good. It did horrible in the theaters, actually.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Scarface.
Scarface?
Yeah.
I just want to correct something. He was in. He rented out large properties in San Francisco, but how to get the money to rent out the properties?
I believe he probably
jackets. No,
I bet you he's like the son of somebody who's like really rich and successful. It's probably that simple, and he's just an idiot that lives off his, dead parents' money or something.
No.
Like, let's say his father owned like an oil company or something like that.
No.
In some other country. That's possible.
Anthony theory is that Wiseau is actually D.B. Cooper, the famous aircraft thief. No.
D.B. Cooper?
No, he's not D.B. Cooper. People are looking for this guy D.B. Cooper who crashed.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah. They still haven't found that guy? I thought they found him.
I don't care where D.B. Cooper is.
What does it matter, right?
Yeah, who is D.B. Cooper? Is he an author? Is he? I don't know. I don't care.
He's a guy who jumped out of a plane with a bunch of money, and then
for what reason?
I guess it was part of some heist he was doing,
and then got lost,
and then he supposedly landed in the forest or I forget where. And then nobody knows what happened to him. They just found a bunch of money in the forest.
Is a media epithet used to refer to an unidentified man who hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft in the United States airspace between Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington? Yeah, if you got in 1971, if you got lost in the the woods there in the mountains,
the Pacific Northwest,
right? 1971.
Yeah, isn't some of that forest not even been touched by man?
I mean,
nobody's explored it.
No, they've explored it, but nobody goes there. Drug dealers would hide
moonshine,
marijuana field. No, moonshine
okay.
was more of
the South,
West Virginia.
Ah,
yeah.
Got you. I thought moonshine was more of the South.
West Virginia. Hey, come on, West Virginia is the South.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
You're being a little liberal with the lines there, but
it was they were too. I guess they were kind of in the north. They were right next to Virginia, and they were in the mountains. They were basically Southerners, but more southern.
They were hill people.
They were hillbillies.
Hillbillies, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god! Holy crap! We worked it out.
We got to that compromise really quick.
Oh my god! That's how they came up with the word.
Hillbillies, yeah.
Hillbillies. They were hillbillies.
But yeah. That I think that guy just probably got ate by a bear or some shit. Just lost, or his skeleton is just laying somewhere that nobody's seen. Just a big pair of sunglasses on a skeleton somewhere.
It says I had to look up epithet, an adjective or descriptive phrase expressing a quality characteristic of a person or thing mentioned. An epithet?
Yeah, like a racial epithet.
But how is he an epithet? Is he just a character of?
Well,
he's like a cartoon of some guy that.
He's used in a lot of pop culture references.
Oh, okay.
So, like, for instance, do you remember when Saul Goodman met Walter White for the first time, and Walter White was wearing the big sunglasses? I don't know why I remember this, but Saul called him DB Cooper as a joke.
Gotcha.
So maybe that's what they mean.
Okay.
It's that look when you have the big sunglasses, like the inconspicuous sunglasses thing. So maybe that's All right. Enough
Explanation
of
of that. I didn't even want to talk about DB Cooper. I never wanted to see a movie with DB Cooper.
I'm all in on DB Cooper. Apparently, I didn't realize it.
You're a Cupertino. Why does my iPhone have the weather of Cupertino? Like, been this way for a long time. I've never asked the question of why do I need to know the weather in Cupertino? Why don't they just make it so it's just like my location? They're already tracking my location. So
Hey.
Oh, so while they're tracking me, they can also see what the weather is like in there, what the forecast. I get it.
Well, that's what they do is they use little conveniences to make you give up your rights. So they'll go, hey, don't you want weather updates? All you got to do is give us your, geographic location.
No, it was just the phone came and we turned it on. It was like Cupertino. I guess you could change it, but I think I have changed it.
Oh, it was somebody else's phone. You got a stolen phone. You got stolen property.
Nah.
Go track down Cupertino. You know what? Whatever iPhone problems you're having, I have no sympathy.
Oh, I'm not having any iPhone problems. Why? What are you? You're a droid?
Yeah, I'm a droid guy.
Droid.
iPhone hasn't been good since before Steve Jobs died. I'm not giving him that much credit.
Yeah, you're like the guy at work that's like got the technology and you're like, oh, this is so much better, and no one knows what the hell you're talking about. Like, even when they look at the thing there, it's like I looked at those phones and I was like, yeah, but it doesn't look like it looks like I would drop that a lot of times and
it doesn't shatter into a million pieces like a fucking iPhone does.
Right. Were they the first to make a smartphone?
I think they were the first to make that, like... Wait. No, I believe iPhone was the first smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Jobs.
I could be wrong. Or maybe I'm sure the first smartphone was something that never made it.
Maybe. Let's keep theorizing. I don't even want to look it up anymore. Just make up things.
Make up things. So the first smartphone was actually made by Nikola Tesla, and America said, "Fuck that, we're going with Edison." And he had Graham Bell, Alexander Graham Bell.
I thought it was the guy who made who found all those ways to use peanuts.
Like to power things?
No, like for peanut butter. Who's the guy who invented peanut butter? We learned about it in school, like the first black inventor, like that.
Oh, yes. I can't remember his name. You gotta look that up. Now you gotta look things up. It's your reference.
Yeah, I gotta find out who that was, man. It's crazy though. George Washington Carver.
There you go. He invented peanut butter?
Yeah.
Good man.
Who knows? I mean,
I beat the Jews to that one, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was such a lame invention. It was such a lame invention compared to all the other inventions, and it was like I think it was just to show that like a black guy invented something. something. And there were better examples, but I think it was just too complicated to explain
Well,
the other things.
What about the street light? That's a black invention, no?
I'm going to go look up black inventions.
Oh, boy.
Black inventions.
Oh, God. This is a whole can of worms.
I mean, Jussie Smollett invented the hoax. Hate crime hoax. The worst hate crime hoax. Ugh. Didn't know we're created by black people. I hope this is not racist.
Oh, yeah. I just started thinking things that I got to stop myself from saying. Go ahead.
Folding cabinet bed.
Okay.
Potato chips.
There you go.
Gas mask. All right. Protective mailbox. Blood bank. Improving. Yeah. Improved ironing board. Home security system.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you were great at burglarizing places, like of course you're gonna create the home security system.
Or if you lived in an area that was being burglarized.
Yeah, like
white people were like, "Why would you need that?"
I don't know.
I don't think we're mature enough for this list.
I feel like he was working at a white man's home, and he's like, I can help you out with that, because he just started creating systems for, like, white people that he robbed.
Make life easier for white people.
He's like, I've been robbing you forever. And just like, all right, I'll just help him out.
So we go like the person who invented the street light just wanted to save white people.
Come back on Wednesday and just tell us about this invention that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Keep us safe from people like you. Refrigerator trucks. Oh, so they're like the ice cream guys, I guess. Goods on trucks. Yeah. Automatic elevator doors.
I see here the
electric microphone. Foil electric microphone. Okay, cool. That's a good one.
Electric microphone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Color IBM PC monitor and gigahertz chip. Yeah, okay. I knew there had to be like some good things. It's not just
now.
Like,
I'm not trying to belittle, but I hear that's a bunch of nonsense. That one. I heard what it was is that he improved it, which is still a great feat. But he improved the chip.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because we know that the Jew invented the IBM.
Right.
All the IBM stuff.
But he needed the black man to improve it. The real Jews.
This is like the theory that the Jews wrote Martin Luther King's speech.
Really?
But he had like Jewish writers or something. I gotta look that one up. I don't know if that's some racist thing, but it's like possible. Used by like white people to say why, like to make the argument that
Jews
the Jews need to go too. Did Jews write for Martin Luther King? Yeah, because that his speeches were so like the Jews and their lies. Martin Luther. Oh shit! No, that's the other Martin. The Martin Luther from yeah,
like 1600s or something.
Yeah,
that guy was a handful, huh?
Well, because he was trying to challenge church doctrine, so he had to, you gotta, in order to, you can't go too far.
Well, back then it was blasphemy.
Yeah, it was blasphemy, and then they would have got him, and they were like
burn at the stake.
Right. I think didn't he burn at the stake?
I think he did.
But his message wouldn't have spread because people were like, nice to Jews. Fucking why? I don't want to be nice to Jews. Like they He's my Lord and Savior. Luther and the Jew. No, Martin Luther King. These are not Jews, but devils.
God, you always want to bring up Martin Luther King.
Dude, you're the one who likes to talk about Martin Luther King, man. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Oh, his quotes about Israel and Jews. Let me see what this Martin Luther King said about the Jews. Did he... Damn it, why is there so many ads on this thing? Martin Luther... How Jewish... No, I don't want to hear about Jewish mothers. I'm tired.
About Jewish mothers your whole life.
Yeah, Jewish mothers my whole life. Jews and African Americans. When King was invited to address the American Jewish Committee Convention, he noted the great similarities between Jews and African Americans who were... Okay, yeah, but that was just... Yeah, at that. Anti-Semitism and racism. Whatever,
Wasn't it more Malcolm X that had a problem with the Jews? He was at one point of his life.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever reconciled with the Jew, is what he would say.
I'm not sure. Oh, they invented the Super Soaker. Yeah.
And what?
Aerospace engineer for NASA. Tissue holder. Peanut butter. We should respect the list because we did do the list on Jewish inventors. And, laser phaco.
And let's be honest. The blacklist is a little more fun.
Yeah.
Peanut butter, potato chips, super soakers. I'm all
right.
in.
Like, I understand why that is, but like, yeah. I mean, the Jewish list was way more serious. They had no time for super soakers.
You had no time. You had no time for jokes. It's just
for fun and play. The Jews invented the super soaker.
The blacks invented the cha-cha slide.
Germans would be like, the Nazis would be like, yeah, they were playing super soakers in those camps. Super soakers. Clothes dryer, dustpan, folding chair, golf tees. Okay, ice cream scooper.
See?
Lawnmower, lawn sprinkler, modern toilet, the mop. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this on your show, man. But I'll do it on mine. But this needs to be done. Reversible baby stroller. Drag queens.
Drag queens.
That's not an invention, and that's not even like a good it's just.
Weren't there drag queens like in I mean, why would that? Isn't that in the Bible, or like even religious text that you're supposed to wear the garb of your gender?
No, but it just made it easier to distinguish people, like. And
I think in Christian.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. I think in Christianity, that's in the Bible. Is you're not supposed a man is not supposed to wear a dress.
Guy is not supposed to wear a dress.
I don't know if you want.
But be effeminate, and that could be. You're not supposed to be effeminate. I think. Effeminate.
Effeminate.
You're not supposed to be like
feminine.
Being. Okay, so this is the reason why they wrote that these things about stoning gay people. It's because they wanted men to have more kids with wives and make as many boys as possible, because men were just extremely important to defend against the savage tribes. Like without men, it's just you just get walloped. Like the men of pro-Baghdad men and all the other
like the Spartans.
No, I'm going way back. I'm going even to 100,000 years ago, where different humanoid species were you know, trying to kill each other, like, you know, going into battle with each other. You needed men, or your tribe would get wiped out, and that happened. We men eventually wiped out, like Homo sapiens wiped out like the all the other species. But some of them, and then they took their women and they made more sons with those women, and that's why there's people with like a certain percentage of a Cro-Magnon DNA.
Got you.
You
That's where like the whole thing of
right?
where we develop till to today. Like, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I lost it a little too, but what it is it's like the behaviors of being like you know, chauvinistic, and you know, like, you know, having sex with women, like, you know, like rape and shit like that. It's that came from, you know, not like
Underdeveloped.
survival. That was a survival thing, like an appendix. You know, it's still like the appendix. What is the appendix that you don't need?
Yes.
Right. It used to be it used to be very like useful, but now it's not, like, in this today's society. But it's still there because it's just a survival instinct. If there's nobody, if society falls apart and then the human race is dying out, you need to make as many kids as possible.
Yeah, it's almost like that's
Like,
any living being's kind of,
right,
I
and then
guess, drive.
you still have that drive in your brain that tells you to, you know, that
Gotta bang,
you
gotta
got to
bang,
bang,
gotta
because
bang.
those who don't bang back like 15,000 years, even like, you know, 2,000 years ago, if you didn't bang, you were gonna, you know, get crushed by, you know, a bigger army.
Well, then, I mean, you could root that back to where we're at now, where like it's kind of like men value sex.
Yeah, they value sex.
I mean,
I mean,
obviously, there's the pleasure involved in that, but
it's a necessity for men to like have sex, or at least to pleasure themselves, because if they don't, they'll like biologically they'll just go crazy, start raping, killing, you know, going with, you know, becoming more deviant. Like,
yeah, and that still happens. Yeah.
that's why prostitution should be legal. Like, because, like, and I'd say over the age of 21, you can be a prostitute, kind of like alcohol.
Nah, I think that actually exacerbates the problem.
Really? Because then you can
Yeah.
it's like Uber drivers. You can keep track of them.
Yeah, but then you never actually learn the art of wooing women.
Well, no, you can ask them questions
And
about
a
it in
prostitute is
their
going to tell
sessions.
you?
Yeah,
No. They don't know how to.
trust me. Trust.
Jesus
I've been to
Christ.
Canada.
And Canadian women are going to tell you anything about anything?
They will do marijuana with you. They'll hang out,
I've never
and
met a smart Canadian woman in my life.
you never met you never met a Canadian prostitute. No,
Yeah?
you've never met a smart Canadian woman.
Never.
That's amazing to me. Oh, so some Canadians, like the in Quebec, they don't have like eyebrows. They have to paint them on because it's like a
Ah,
genetic trait.
really?
But yeah,
Like to reflect the snow or something?
yeah, I had a relationship with one
Oh.
of those. Came down from Canada because he was a friend of my sister's, and then it was very disappointing for my sister because me and her just hit it off. Yeah, and she was like, oh, she was all bummed out every night because, like, yeah, you know. Can you imagine that? Like, yeah, because she's only there for a few days, and like, sister's just fucking bummed out because I'm just a better friend.
Jesus.
I just became
That's
more important.
pimping.
Yeah. But then again,
You gave her
you
some of
know,
that Hebrew hammer.
but then again, my sister became like, you know, became a lesbian, and then she pulled the girl that I was trying to mac on.
Oh. So
Oh
she
my
got back
god,
at you. That might hurt a little
kinda.
more than what you did.
Like I never. Well, no. What I did was but then yeah, because then back then you think about it, it's like my sister thought she was gonna, you know, bang this girl from Canada.
Hey, David, you know you're on live?
No one's gonna hear it.
Okay. I was just making sure you weren't saying anything you shouldn't have said.
Whatever. No one knows who I
All
am.
right, I'm
Like
just
my
making
sister ain't
sure.
gonna listen to this podcast. Like
All right. I'm just looking out for you. Continue.
she's a double mask wearer in the car, but super
okay.
smart. Super smart.
No, it can't be that smart. Well, here's
She's
what.
book smart. She's book smart, but she's very
go.
She's gullible. She was always gullible as a kid. You could always trick her every single time.
Your
Still
sister?
Still to this day, I can trick her. Like I can fool her out of something. But she knows. But she's very good. Like she's a great lawyer. So you know, like she knows the rules. But if you ever want, like, she knows the rules and she can apply it as she was trained because she's just a great student. And so, but the way you get her off for game is that you get her upset because she's emotional.
Emotional, yeah.
Right. Very gullible. And you play around with it, and that's how I could defeat her in mind games.
Right.
Playing mind games is how I could defeat her in a battle of wits and nitwits.
Yeah. I feel
like,
that
because they don't have like. I feel like for liberal people, they don't have like emotional. What's it called? Emotional
stability.
Like they say that like conservatives are kind of emotionally stunted, but in reality, it's like it's really them kind of that have like these crazy emotional reactions to things, and maybe that's good in certain instances, but I don't know.
I think the entire liberal ideology is based off of emotion.
Basically, and some of it's good emotion and some of it's not good emotion, but when you're just an emotional person, you'll believe things, you'll take a person's word for things, unless you're like crazy, you know, those emotions are coming out from some sort of some other mental issue, you know, like I don't know.
Usually it's projection or it's connecting from something else that somebody else did.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. You were like, we're still live. I think we could stop.
Yeah, you want to end it?
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's too long. Yeah, you gotta go to bed.
Gotta go to bed.
Oh, it's 4. Fuck.
Gotta go to bed.
What are the markets doing already?
Well, I was gonna wrap it up. You want me to wrap it up?
Yeah, go ahead and wrap it up.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you to our fan.
Boo! You suck. Dude, I say, dude, just thanks for listening. Subscribe to the podcast. Bring the
I was gonna hit him with the like, share, subscribe.
Smash the like.
Smash the like button. Give me a like button.
Oh, you know what we gotta do? We gotta put some like nuclear explosions in our title. You know how like the stock trading, forms. They got like the oh my god, they got the rocket ship and then straight to the moon. Like
Yeah.
yeah, we got like rocket ships.
We'll figure it out. We're just starting.
All right, starting. Yeah. We had no plan, none.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good, but at least I have ideas for like individual clips here, and that's
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Right.
All right. Thanks everybody. Fuck off.
Adios.
All right.